right? You had some class prior to this. Maths. So now you're relaxed. So all your heartbeats are relaxed? Yes? What's the normal heartbeat? 72. So all your heartbeats are at 72 now. Same? No. Are you feeling little jittery because of that camera there? Yes? I should be feeling. No? Right, so today we'll be doing about the heart, right? So we'll be seeing what is the structure basically and the functions, an outline, an overview of the structure and function of the heart. So this is a three-dimensional vision that we are getting. Normally when you see a textbook or when I draw on the board, you know, you get just you draw something like this, you know, which is, and many of you draw like a heart shaped and all. Heart is heart shaped, right? So which is obviously not, and we know that you know, it is composed of muscles and there are chambers, and the shape is not exactly like a heart. It is tilted towards the left slightly. There are many vessels which enter and leave the heart. And you also have the circulatory system which consists of the impure, that is deoxygenated blood, and the pure blood, which is a oxygenated blood, which has a lot of oxygen, right? So all this, when you want to show the actual circulation, no, we can only just have a two-dimensional or a single-dimensional view as you see in a paper on the textbook. So but we go into the module over here, we can actually visualize how circulation takes place really, and what is the entire three-dimensional view. So where is the heart situated? It is in the thoracic region. Okay, it's in the thoracic region, in between the lungs, above the diaphragm. And the heart is covered by a membrane called as the pericardium. Okay, so you have the so this is the outermost membrane called as the pericardium, inside which of course there is a small space filled with pericardial fluid. Now let us see in detail the structure and what are the different parts present in the heart. Okay.
The heart is one of the most important organs in the entire human body. In fact, it is nothing but a pump composed of muscles which pumps blood throughout the body. The heart, which is about the size of a pen.
So now you can see actually how the heart pumps, how it contracts and relaxes. Okay, so it is at equal intervals of time. You have the contraction and relaxation of the heart. It pumps blood, right? Heart is a pumping organ, and it has specialized muscles. Now you have learnt about different types of muscles: striated muscles, unstriated or smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. So cardiac muscles are a special type of muscles which has both striations, but at the same time they are involuntary in function. Okay, so they are specialized muscles and they pump blood. Okay, so you have repeated contractions and relaxations, and that, you know, n number of times I just show like this with my hand. I cannot actually, or I'll have to go into dissection, which is against the peta, right? So we can go in for this, and you can see how it contracts and relaxes, right? Now, if you go to the next slide, okay, so we saw where's the location. So the heart is located in the thoracic region, covered by the ribs. We have the diaphragm below, and we have the sternum on top. So it's protected on all sides with this rib cage, and the apex is slightly tilted towards the left. The apex is the not the uppermost part, it is the end or the tip of the heart, which is actually the lower basal region, which is tilted towards the left hand side. Now if you divide the heart into 4 chambers, okay, there are 4 chambers in a mammalian heart or in a human heart. We have 4 chambers. Okay, the top 2 chambers are called as auricles, and the lower 2 chambers are called as ventricles. So if I could divide this, right? So basically it is not divided as such. We will be seeing in the next slide that the auricles are much more smaller in size when compared to the ventricles. Okay, and the ventricles are much more thicker. The muscles of the ventricles are much more thicker. So but here you have the right auricle, okay, and the left auricle or the atrium, and the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Okay, so these are the 4 chambers, and the division that I showed you is the septum or a membrane which divides into different parts. Alright, and what you can actually see in between the auricles and ventricles is there is a valve. There are valves present there, and also valves are present at the beginning of the blood vessels, okay, which we can see when we take a cross section of the heart.
Let us take a look at the vertical section of the heart. A vertical section of the heart reveals its 4 chambers.
You can see this is the
auricles or atrium, and the 2 large chambers situated
lower chambers, right?
The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from various parts of the body. It receives blood from the upper part of the body.
Okay, now we'll see how the blood circulation actually takes place. Now if you see the right atrium, the right side of the heart will receive all the impure or deoxygenated blood. Okay, so we have the superior and inferior vena cava, which brings in the deoxygenated blood into the into the right auricle, and then this deoxygenated blood enters into the right ventricle, which then enters into the, which is a vessel which takes the deoxygenated blood. We have the pulmonary artery. So that is the only exception. The only artery which carries deoxygenated blood is pulmonary artery. So this is from the, this deoxygenated blood is collected from various parts of our body by the veins. Okay, so by the veins, and is superior and I'll just outline the entire thing here. Alright, so this is okay. Now this is the auricles, and these are the ventricles. Okay, so the blood flows into the right side will be the deoxygenated blood, and that which enters the left side and leaves the left side will be the oxygenated blood, right? So the from the auricles the blood enters into the ventricles, and from the ventricles it enters into the pulmonary artery. Similarly, from the left side, the pulmonary veins from the lungs. Lungs will purify and oxygenate your blood, and it brings, the pulmonary veins will bring the oxygenated blood into the auricles, and from the auricles it enters into the left ventricle, from there where the aorta will carry it into the different parts of the heart. Okay, so I mean different parts of the body. So now if you take over here and over here, right, if you see in this part and in this part, there will be valves. Alright, you have the bicuspid and the tricuspid valves. We'll see that later in detail. So the valves, the main function of the valves is to open and allow the blood to flow into the ventricles from the auricles, right? So these valves prevent backflow of blood. If the valves are not there, okay, just like the opening and closing of a lid, if the valves are not there, the blood will flow back into the auricular chamber, right? So we don't want that to happen. Therefore, the valves will close as soon as the blood is pumped inside. So we will see that how it is in the next Can you see how the blood is going? Yes? Alright. Okay, so we saw how the blood flows into the different parts. From here it enters from the body into the heart, and from the lungs it enters into the heart here, the purified blood, and the valves help in preventing backflow of blood. Now you can see these thin lines over here, okay? So these lines which are attached from the valves to the muscles of the ventricles, okay, they are called as chordae tendineae, which help in pulling, that is contracting and relaxing of those muscles, will help in opening and closing of the atrioventricular. Atrium and auricles both mean the same. You can use both the words, right? So that is the way in which the blood is pumped inside the heart. So you have the tricuspid valve here, and this is the bicuspid valve. Okay, so these tendons, I told you, they are called as chordae tendineae. The bicuspid valve is also called as a mitral valve. When you would have heard that lub-dub sound. Always you say that lub-dub sound, right? And initially also in the first picture we saw that dub-dub-dub heart beating, right? So when you hear that first lub sound, that is the closure of these tricuspid and bicuspid valves. Then when the blood enters into the aorta and pulmonary artery, there are valves there also, which also again close. That is the second dub sound. So lub sound is the closure of this valves, and the dub sound is the closure of those valves, right? Yes, aorta and the pulmonary artery valves. Okay?
The blood flows through the tricuspid valve to the right ventricle. The blood is then pumped down to the right ventricle through the pulmonary arch, which divides into two pulmonary arteries, one to each lung. Return of blood into the ventricle is prevented by the semi-lunar valve in the pulmonary arch.
Okay, so those aortic valve and the pulmonary arterial valve, they are called as the semilunar valves. Alright, so this is the interior structure of the heart. We will see about the functioning of the heart in further detail in the next class. Are you clear with this? Can you just recapitulate as to what we did? What we did?